everybody.
Hello,
Welcome back to Dead Film Society. I'm James,
I'm Toby.
and this is episode 47. This and then 3 away from 50. Don't you think that's a little bit... We've almost done 50 episodes.
Yeah, half century.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of episodes.
I missed you, man.
Totally missed you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. But it's all right. We couldn't film during the week because Toby's a busy
We
guy
both
now.
have busy lives.
A busy guy
We
now.
prioritize ourselves over you guys.
Oh, unfortunately. If there were more of you, then maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe if we're in a bit of dough off this thing, then maybe we would prioritize this.
Yeah.
But what are we talking about today, Toby?
We're talking about The Creator, the latest blockbuster film to come out. And then we're talking about Sex Education Season 4. So very exciting. Should we do a non-spoiler review? Or not for The Creator, but for Sex
For
Ed?
both. Sex.
go-
No,
yeah.
just spoil it.
I guess spoiler warning.
Yeah. We'll start with the creator though.
Yep.
What are your initial thoughts on the film? Like walking into it, what were you expecting? Were you expecting what you got?
Yeah, I think I was. Just overall, I was expecting when I saw trailers for it, I saw ads for it, I was like, this looks like an original concept. This looks pretty unique. The idea of like AI is pretty relevant nowadays. So
I mean, Gareth Edwards directed it as well, the main
Yep.
man who directed Rogue One, and it had a very Star Wars-esque kind of feel to it as
did.
well. I feel like I think honestly, some of the best CGI I've seen.
yeah, I
Like,
agree.
in a long time. I'd put it up there with Avatar, to be honest. Like Avatar 2, I'm talking about, off recency.
Yeah,
But I'll quickly just say the plot.
go for
The
it.
plot of the thing,
Yeah.
for those who haven't seen it.
Yeah,
As a future war between the human race and artificial intelligence rages on, ex-Special Forces agent Joshua is recruited to hunt down and kill the Creator, the elusive architect of advanced AI. The Creator has developed a mysterious weapon that has the power to end the war and all of mankind. As Joshua and his team of elite operatives venture into enemy-occupied territory, they soon discover the world-ending weapon is actually an AI in the form of a young child.
yeah,
So the weapon is the kid.
yeah,
Firstly, speaking of the kid, great actor.
yeah.
Like,
Surprisingly a good actor.
what the heck?
It's a risky move choosing a kid
To
as
be like
your
one of
main
your-
character.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of got me thinking on the drive here that how kids do it, like, and how, I don't know, because all kid actors are kind of, they've got that look, right? And obviously their parents have a big part in, you know, the start of their careers because they kind of push them towards that direction.
yeah,
But I mean, it'd be so much harder, obviously, to train a child to act.
yeah.
Or maybe they're just not acting, they're being themselves. Who knows? But I feel like this kid, I don't know his name. Oh, no.
Is it a him?
Oh, her. I don't know her name.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry. Madeline Una Voiles,
Careful.
who played Alfie.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, really, really good. Especially
Yeah.
during the end there when she started sort of tearing up and
Yep.
crying. That was a very powerful scene.
Yep.
But also the cinematography for this was incredible as well.
Agreed.
Like, what was the location? The shooting locations were insane.
Yeah, like especially like the opening scene that reminded me
yeah.
of like Sicario with like the dudes going through the water, the soldiers. That was so cool.
Yeah. That shot was that shot that I want
Entire
to point out
sequence.
was like
Yeah,
amazing. I mean, it's been used in many films, that shot of sort of special ops coming out of the water in
it always works.
the dark, and it does work, especially with the soundscape they had going on as well. It didn't feel like they were on Earth, even though they were, or were they?
Yeah, they were on Earth.
Was it specified that it was Earth though? Yeah, it was. Yeah,
They didn't go to any other planets in the
Yeah.
movie, do they?
no,
I don't think so.
yeah, but it kind of the soundscape that they made kind of felt like they weren't on Earth.
Yeah,
It was nice, but that opening scene was crazy, and it kind of got us hooked straight away.
yeah,
I wasn't really expecting much from this film, but
yeah,
it delivered, and I really enjoyed it.
yeah. Agreed.
Which is unfortunate because you were saying before that it hasn't made a lot of money, but
Yes.
the marketing around it hasn't really been that big anyway.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many TV ads for it.
Yeah.
I think just probably Warner Bros. Whoever made it just aren't
Yeah,
that.
Warner Bros. Oh no,
Maybe Universal,
20th Century.
20th Century. that are like probably not too confident in it, because the idea that release like a major blockbuster movie that's not connected to a sequel or a franchise or a reboot.
Maybe they were hoping on a relevant sort of.
Well, actually, I did. Speaking of advertising, I saw like people at bus
the
stops
NFL?
and NFL,
yeah,
dressed
yeah.
up as robots.
Well, I think that was Elon Musk's thing as well, because isn't he wants to make those and sell them.
Yeah, I didn't know
for
that.
like. That's what I've been told. Don't, someone fact check me on that. No one's here to fact check me, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's trying to accomplish at the moment, and I think that's what his sort of. It might have been advertising for the film as well, but I'm pretty sure was involved in that NFL sort of thing.
Yeah.
What were you saying about the advertising thing at the bus stops and stuff?
Well, it's just the same thing. It was just people dressed up as those robots with the thing down the neck.
Pretty good makeup.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just people with prosthetics on. And obviously it didn't work, but still it worked for like movies like Smile. The idea of like public advertising is a smart idea. It's
Yeah.
going to go viral online.
Oh yeah, because I like to see those on TikTok or those slideshows. I always like to watch the genius marketing ideas and
Yeah.
putting them on the billboards and
signs,
stuff.
yeah.
This is disappointing the way it's turned out though, because I don't really agree with the Rotten Tomatoes. It's got 67% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I feel like that's right. I feel like a lot of people are going to criticize it for being too similar to other movies, like especially like Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, very Blade Runner, but
Very Blade Runner. Well, you're going to get that because it's a futuristic cyberpunk film. I saw lots of.
I don't think it was as cyberpunk as Blade Runner though.
It wasn't as edgy, but it's still a movie in the future with flying cars and
Yeah, I think it was just a little
robots.
bit more open-minded. Just based on the location and whatever, it felt a little bit more tropical in a way. I don't know.
I guess.
Blade Runner felt a little bit more gritty.
Yeah, I guess
Clearly.
so. And they definitely went for the more like darker side than Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, but it's got 67% and 7.2 out of 10
Yeah.
on IMDb, which is a little bit disappointing because I gave it a 4.5.
I feel like that's a high rating.
Well, the audience rating right now, just on Google, is 3.5, which is, I mean, it's not bad. I'm not expecting everyone to like it.
Yeah.
I mean, Hans Zimmer as well, composing
True, yeah.
the soundtrack or the score, sorry.
Smashes it. As
Smashes
usual.
it every single time. I'm not expecting anything bad from him. That was all good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It kind of felt Chris Nolan-esque as well.
Yeah, I was getting that as well. Vibes. Just like,
terms of
felt like really spectacle.
Yeah.
Gareth Edwards does a good job with that, definitely. Also, I want to give honorable mention to John David Washington as the main
Yeah, I
actor.
was about to say, do you think was this his best performance? do you think?
Honestly, probably not because of Black Klansman. That's such a good movie. It's great in this movie as well, but he gets more to shine in that. But he did great as a good superhero protagonist.
I thought his character in this would be like a one-dimensional sort of character, but once the movie introduced that sort of it was a father-daughter relationship. Sorry, father-daughter relationship, but he didn't know about it the entire time.
Yeah.
So he was acting like her father throughout the entire movie.
And just
yeah,
in general, that's also want to talk about another criticism for the movie is like that idea of looking after the kid, the main protagonist, who's like meant to be special.
oh yeah, it's another trope.
Yeah, I feel
not
that-
stereotype.
Yeah, I feel like it happens in a lot of movies.
Oh yeah, of course.
I feel like that's another definitely point of criticism. But like, I don't know. If you want an original movie and like this is the closest you're gonna get, like no matter what happens, you're gonna get two ideas that are slightly similar.
The story, one of a criticism I have for it was the story itself was a little bit choppy. There wasn't like it wasn't very smooth, like flowing.
Yep.
Because there was a lot of I don't know why, but I thought of Uncharted. I'm pretty sure we said this after about how like they escape, they get caught, he escapes, they get caught,
Oh yeah.
and then it just goes back and forth from that.
Yeah.
But
It's definitely not
Yeah.
a perfect movie.
oh no, of
100%.
course not. But it definitely felt like a Star Wars film.
Yeah, it did.
Uh,
And also, what we'll talk about is the budget. So we
80
talked
mil.
about losing money Well, the budget is 80 million.
That's crazy for
which you might think is a lot of money, but
It's not.
for a blockbuster, that's really good.
And if you've seen it, you'd know that they did pretty well with 80 mil.
Fucking amazing.
Like shots, so cinematography, CGI,
Just VFX, that's the main thing.
VFX.
Yeah.
The visuals were incredible, and the location as well, and sort of had star power behind it in terms of cast, a little bit, tiny bit, but I don't know. The budget would have all gone into VFX.
Yeah. I saw an interview with Gareth Edwards behind the interview because he got asked how he kept such a massive blockbuster to a budget of such a low money. And he just said like planning for everything, like coordination, everything goes well on set. Yeah, because a lot of movies like that will just go over budget. Just matter like some shots are just like crazy ambitious, which is a lot of ambitious shots in this movie.
Which paid off.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, the CGI in the movie is like top notch. Some of the scenes where that spaceship thingy is like flying over.
What was it called?
The scanner thing.
Yeah, keep talking about it.
Yeah, the CGI of the robots themselves, or I don't know if there was prosthetics. That looked really good. All the robot skin looked really good. Yeah.
What the heck is it?
And definitely like compared to Blade Runner 2049, which had a budget of 250 million, it did a pretty good job.
I mean, they didn't call the AI sort of robots as well. They called them simulants,
Yeah.
which I kind of like. It's like the Last of Us sort of thing, like
Oh.
not referring to them as zombies
It's not that big.
or like robots or whatever. Oh, Nomad. Nomad was the ship.
Oh, it's a good name.
Yeah. Yeah, which pretty much just destroyed.
Los Angeles, didn't it?
Yeah, and
Nuked it.
just any AI sort of would just blow them up. What was your favorite scene in the movie though?
My favorite scene was the bomb scene. So the bomb scene, for context, very good. Well built suspension tension scene of like a self-timer robot bomb that basically goes in to kill itself. It's pretty funny. He just acknowledges his deaths and says thank you. And then his
Thank you for your service.
his one purpose is just to run in there and blow up. Really good scene with because multiple of them. And
there was no music behind it as well.
yeah, I did notice that.
It was just the sound of the robot sort of running, which made it more ominous and a little bit more tense.
Yeah, something that Nolan does. Fun fact. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to read a couple 1-star review as well.
1-star reviews.
Yeah, 1-star reviews.
Yeah, let's hear it.
This is from Chris Ragg, which was a day ago. It's quite fresh.
Let's see who we got. Chris
More-
Ragg.
I kind of agree. More plot holes and logical defiances than the Bible. I mean, I get the plot holes, but actually, do I?
Well, there are plot holes. The plot is pretty it's good, but
It's pretty holy. That's a shit joke. The film clearly wanted to be Blade Runner, but fell significantly short of Independence Day.
I like that. That's a good.
I didn't think it tried to do anything Blade Runner has done because they're two completely different movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it's the same concept, but the feeling or help me out here.
The look of it.
Not the look, just the feel.
The
feel, tone of the film was completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're right. It's going to get comparisons no matter what.
Of course it will.
It's set. When's it set? I don't even know. 2060 something?
Or
Not sure.
it's definitely further than that, I think.
No, it's
sure?
2060s, 2070, or maybe more. Yeah.
Oh, this is a bit harsh.
Go for
The
it.
creator feels like a group of teenage film students that were given tens of millions of dollars to see what they could do. That's rough.
Yeah.
There's no way students could pull something off like that.
Yeah. I get where he's going with it.
I don't. That's a bit unfair.
Yeah, I guess.
That's so unfair.
Well, I think maybe he's talking about the idea that we could be talking that we don't get unique movies like them. Maybe. Not sure.
Oh, God. Guy's fully like smashing this movie. I'm usually prepared to let internal consistencies slide in films and just go along for the ride, but there are some absolute whoppers in this film that it is impossible for your brain to overlook. It also has some elements of exposition that are so filmsy they make a kid's homework excuse look watertight.
Yeah, I did notice some exposition scenes.
Yeah, the film could have gone for a shorter amount of time. I get that, but yeah, I do get exposition. We do talk about exposition a lot, especially.
Yeah, well, it just really depends how you do it. You got to do it in a succinct way that
helps the story.
Helps the story and like makes you feel engaged and isn't like really immersion breaking. Like a lot of Marvel movies where they just like describe someone's entire backstory in 20 seconds.
So the whole thing about the humans thinking that AI started the war in which they didn't, he wrote, I kind of agree with this. We are told an unintentional nuclear detonation originally blamed on AI was just a coding error. Oh, oops, never mind. Maybe someone could check next time. Then there'd be no movie, buddy.
Yeah.
If that happened, there'd be no movie.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's a very realistic idea that AI could nuke an entire city.
It is completely realistic.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end, they found out that it was a human error.
It was a human
who
fucked it up, which is quite funny and probably would happen in real life.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
And the thing about these AIs as well, they didn't. Well, I mean, some of the robots were robots, but then the ones that were humans were very human. Like they obviously got humans to do it, and then obviously CGI and whatever. But the way they made these AI sort of what are they called? Simulants.
Yeah,
they were just very human. I didn't find uneasy at all.
I read an interview that Gareth Edwards, he didn't tell the actors if they were AI or human, so he could get like a real. That's smart. Where you got that from?
That's extremely smart. That's very smart. Some bloke just said they tried to cram way too much stuff into this. Should have been a TV series or trilogy of films. No. I don't really agree with that.
They wouldn't be able to afford it.
No way. I mean, because then you'd be spending what, 25 million a movie, 30 mil?
What, an episode?
No, well, if it's a trilogy, 3 films.
What?
It said a TV series or trilogy of films.
Oh, a trilogy.
Yeah. It wouldn't have worked as a trilogy.
Yeah, if it's obviously not going to get one because it lost money, but actually if it gets like a cult following maybe, which it could happen. You never know. The idea of like I do like that world quite a lot, and then I'm sure there's lots of stories to be explored in there.
I think they could have explored John David Washington's and what's her name?
His girlfriend.
Yeah, what's her actor's name? Gemma?
Her name's Cersei in Eternals.
Yeah, Gemma Chan. I think they underused her a little bit. They could have.
Yeah.
Well,
she was just there as the backstory, feel sorry for our protagonist type character.
But I mean, we could have felt sorry for him more. I didn't feel as sorry for him as much as I should have, maybe.
I feel like
because instead of you go.
I feel like they could have established the connection between.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Instead of those exposition scenes, I mean, there could have still been exposition scenes, but there were a lot. We could have explored that, flashbacks and whatever a little bit more.
Because they should have done that because she was like the main goal of the movie. That was
that was the goal. That's what they wanted. That was
to get back his wife.
Whole objective was to get him, to get her, but
and also I wasn't fully on board with the idea of like him being undercover. I feel like that was really rushed when at the start of the backstory.
Oh yeah,
that just.
I mean, we got it, but it was just like
yeah.
I mean, really, for a 2.5 hour film, you want to.
You could have got like it probably would have expanded the runtime, but you could have got like him trying to be undercover, nearly getting caught type scene. But that would have been intense.
And then cut to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have worked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just very relevant, I think.
Yeah.
In today's world.
I'm surprised.
I mean, so is Blade Runner, but like.
Blade Runner is more dystopian, I'd say.
Yeah, true. There's not.
Because you get
there's still AI elements, but doesn't really surround itself around that.
And it's like the idea of bounty hunters and stuff like that. Yeah, I am surprised that even though the advertising hasn't been great, that more people didn't say yeah, that looks good, I want to check it out type
I mean,
thing.
especially if Gareth Edwards is directing it,
Well,
and like all the Star
no
Wars
one knows
fans.
who Gareth Edwards is.
Yeah, but like if you're a true Star Wars fan, you would.
Yeah,
And how many Star Wars
It's not a
fans are
Star Wars movie though.
Yeah, but if Rogue One was brilliant.
It was great. It wasn't brilliant.
I thought it was really good.
It was really good. Yeah.
So maybe like, why don't all these Star Wars fans why don't you push that a little bit more? I mean, they did push it in the trailer, like directed Rogue One, whatever. But all these Star Wars fans could have come out and been like, "Oh my god!"
It doesn't always work like that nowadays, unless you're like Tarantino or Christopher Nolan. Like, say for example, I have a good example. So The Fabelmans came out last year by Steven Spielberg. No one saw that. Lost so much money.
Pretentious.
You could Steven Spielberg, obviously greatest director ever, but no one cares.
You think he's the greatest director ever?
No, one of the greatest directors.
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I think he's overrated.
Who do you think's the greatest director?
It's an obvious answer for Christopher Nolan.
Really?
Probably. Or Tarantino, probably. It's a
Who would you take? If you could be
Me
in one of his
personally?
movies, if you could be in one of his movies doing anything, Chris Nolan or Tarantino?
Chris Nolan, 100%.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Damn.
I'll be doing the coolest thing. I'm probably like jumping out of space or some shit.
What about Tarantino though? Like,
Yeah.
think of the worlds you could live in.
I know, but like, me personally, I like to get out there. And like,
What do you mean that is getting out there?
I get to like blow up a bomb if I'm on a Christopher Nolan set. Like, you know?
That's fair.
Yeah.
What about I don't think she really fit this role, Alison Janney, as well as the Colonel. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That casting was a little bit strange because she's in all like the comedy shows and stuff.
Yeah, but that doesn't always like just assume that you're going to be bad.
She did well in I, Tonya.
Yeah.
She was the mum.
She
in
won
that.
Best Supporting Actress though.
Yeah, she did. She was also in Juno.
Yeah, I thought she was okay. I remember her telling that story about how 2 kids died, 2 sons, when he's on the plane.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's sad.
That's Toby's reaction. Oh.
Well, just like the
kinda
last like
sad.
30 minutes of straight action, so it was like good to just chill out for a bit.
That sort of action bit as well was really good.
Yeah.
The action in this film was pretty...
Everything is
very
well-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't... For a film like this, it wasn't over the top,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
And just the visual of the fighting, especially in the dark, because I don't know if they were bullets or not that they were shooting out of the guns, but like the yellow beam sort of things.
Yeah. Might have been some futuristic thing.
It looked pretty cool, especially in the dark. In the cornfields as well.
Yeah. Doing
is
a dark scene in the cornfield is definitely not easy
No.
in terms of lighting.
Very hard to coordinate, and it paid off.
Yeah. Great.
But what are you giving it out of 10?
I'd give it a solid, only because I'm a fan of original content, and this movie's not perfect.
But it's original, which is what we ask. Which is what we asked for.
Yeah, and it's losing money, so
Which is
you probably won't
unfortunate.
get more of it. And there are some like usual movie flaws, like we talked about, the story of looking after a special kid who has some really big power that can destroy the world. The obvious, and some plot points. Some of the pacing didn't need to be 2 hours 15, but honestly, I don't care. I really don't care.
You'll sit through it.
I seek through the lies of the Jedi. I don't care too much about flaws. I just want to have a good time, and I enjoyed it. So I give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
We
8 out
get
of 10.
4.5, so you got to
Yeah, I got 8.5 then.
yeah,
Because I just enjoyed the spectacle of it.
yeah.
Like the plot could have been better, but I mean it was a good plot. It was simple. Like
And,
it was executed well.
And just something that probably will like get me over liking a movie is just making me cry, and I cried in this movie
Oh yeah, during the
end where the usual sacrifice, but it did felt warranted, and I was like,
Totally Rogue One of him.
yeah, I know,
as well.
exactly. It gave me
Kill off every character.
exactly what Rogue One did.
Yeah.
And yeah, it also reminded me of Star Trek, which I know you haven't seen, with Captain Kirk.
I'm never going to Star Trek.
The new movies are good.
Sorry.
And Yeah, I really enjoyed the final sequence. It was a lot Star Warsy. It was all set in space, and it was a really good climax. I was on board with it. I was on board with the characters.
Where were they going to for them to be in space? The moon?
I don't remember, to be
I
honest.
swear there was like direct flight to the moon or something like that.
Not sure. Yeah.
But
yeah.
tearing up. And that kid, when she cried,
Yeah.
was pretty powerful.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
The director must have been like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
That was a good take. Yeah. Okay. So now we're the main
Sex ed.
hot sauce.
We'll pause it. Because
Yeah.
I need to reset the camera.
Revenge of the Sith. Yep. I said in my review that even though Revenge of the Sith is really flawed filmmaking wise, it's perfect to me.
It's my favourite Star Wars film.
Yeah. There you go.
Is it yours?
Yeah. Yes.
What about in your newest, sort of the newest 4? Is that how many new ones there are?
Oh,
From Force Awakens.
There's
4.
No, it's 5.
5.
Solo and Rogue One as well as this trilogy.
True.
Yeah, I love Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
Even
it's
though
the best one.
has
Don't
some
add us.
absolutely terrible dialogue and some terrible acting, it's perfect.
By who? Christensen.
Who's also
He's also like copped so much hate for that,
But-
and everyone loves him now.
but this is we're going completely off topic now.
Fuck it. We're here.
Also, people, because now all the prequel, people have already said this, but I'll say it. Because the prequel fans, when they grew up, they loved it like kids. And now they're all grown up. So now the respect for prequels has ultimately grown because the sequels suck. So
Yeah, poo bum.
people love Hayden Christensen now. It's just completely, tables have turned. And if you've seen, I'm guessing you haven't seen Ahsoka. He's in that as Anakin.
I knew he was in that.
And freaking is like the best part of it. He's so good. And he's like, even though it looks, you can see he's like 45. I was like,
It's pretty obvious. Come on.
I was like, I don't care. I'm seeing Hayden Christensen and I love that man. He got copped too much hate and
Why did he cop hate though? Because he was talking
well
shit.
he's in Star. If you're in Star
he hate
Wars,
it himself.
yeah, I think he like didn't talk. I
Highly
think he talked
of it.
about the fans how he copped a lot of. Same with like Padme, Natalie Portman. Because it's not really his fault. It's more George Lucas's fault for some really rough scenes in the prequel trilogy, like the I like sand, all that good stuff.
I don't like sand.
Oh, he doesn't like sand. It's
I don't
coarse,
like
it's rough,
sand.
and it gets everywhere.
I don't like sand.
But that's not his fault. And he was like same with the kid who did Anakin for Rogue.
Oh, did you see that interview that someone did with him?
No, I didn't.
Oh, terrible interview, but he was so cold. Like the kid, obviously.
As a kid?
No, grown up.
Yeah.
And he was at this Comic-Con event or whatever I think it was. And he was asking him shit questions, but he was just like, yeah. No. Oh, yeah. I'll put it in.
Now, what have you been up to? The movie came out 99, was it?
Yeah.
So it's been 10 years.
Yeah, and I've been in school the entire time. So
is the acting career over? What's the plan with all that?
it seems to be relatively over. I quit acting about 10 years ago, so
Have you still got all the paraphernalia, your little figurines? Have you kept all the merchandise?
no.
You shunned it a bit?
No. I just didn't keep the merchandise.
It seems like you're not real happy about being asked about it.
No, I'm plenty happy being asked about it. It just seems that I'm just trying to ascertain the real meaning of your questions and make sure I give you the best interview possible.
Before we let you go, child stars have had a bit of they get a bit of a reputation that they turn to, a life of drugs, so may the force be with you.
Oh, well, thank you.
But
I saw a photo of him. He doesn't look like he's doing well. No offense to him.
no, he's like, oh, did you do anything after? He's like, no, I just went
He
back
didn't-
to uni, lived a normal life.
He didn't seem like he was fit for the acting business.
No, he
And
hated
plus,
it.
if you've seen what's the Phantom Menace, you'll see that he probably wasn't suited for the acting business.
He had the look, but not now.
Yeah,
He's
as a
different
kid,
looking now.
yeah. But if you've seen Phantom Menace, he's
Yeah.
extremely annoying.
He was asking poo questions. Interviewer though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't helping the situation either, just by being a dick. So yeah.
All right, let's get back to sex
Oh, we just said
education.
all right at the same time. Should
Wow.
we kiss?
No.
Okay.
That's
That's all right.
all right. Sex Education season 4. Spoilers for it. Yeah, we Sex Education it's been out since like year 7, like 2016,
Yeah.
and it's a really good.
So we've been avid fans.
Yeah, we have. We've been since day one, since season 1, and it's a really good show on Netflix.
Quite popular.
Wasn't as funny this season, but is usually funny. And definitely breaks boundaries in terms of being a normal teenage, like love kind of show. Not break boundaries, like break stereotypes. Sorry, of like
And boundaries probably.
and boundaries. But if you've seen like 13 Reasons Why or some shit,
It's
show,
a little bit different to that. Let's
It's-
put it that way.
it's like teenagers, even that they look kind of getting old now.
It's teenagers on steroids. It's what adults think of Gen Z,
Yeah,
which
and
is totally not realistic at all.
yeah.
Like how many have you ever been to a school where they're all like that?
Like what?
Like dressed like that? Like no one wears sparkly glitter outfits to school.
What are you talking about, bro?
I don't know.
Bro, you're making a big assumption. Just because, man, if you went to a public school.
Still have uniforms.
Yeah, I know, but bruv. Come on, man. That's a big assumption.
But I think it's what adults think of Gen Z, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be quite frank
It
with you.
is. They're probably like, you're not going to have Gen Z people write a Gen Z show because that would just, no
Yeah.
offense.
Well, let's just put it this way. It's not the best season.
Okay, yeah. Season 4. The last, season 1, 2, and 3 were all great.
And they kind of just fell off.
They set it up good for season 4.
I feel like they didn't know what direction to go in.
Yeah,
There
I do see
wasn't like
that.
a massive sort of plot. There were a lot of side stories, but the main plot was, I guess, like Otis and O with the whole sex therapy sort of debate and who gets to be the lead sex therapist of the school
Yeah.
and how that sort of surrounds his relationships with other people.
Mm.
But I feel like they just lost direction a little bit in this season.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I saw online that like one of the things that this person got really annoyed at was that the idea that like everyone keeps going through like a midlife crisis.
When they're like 17.
Oh, no, that's
you mean the-
understandable.
yeah.
But then like everyone's just like supporting them, saying, "Yeah, it'll be fine." Like it's just
Just let these people have emotions. Like,
and it just keeps happening over and over
Yeah.
again, and just there's no like point to it at all.
I just don't think there was much point to this season.
Yeah, well, we had to have it.
Bit of character development here and there, but like, it just could have gone any. I don't know what.
So you're really
other
on the
di-
negative side. of
Yeah, a
this.
little. Like, I just found myself cringing a lot.
I do this a
Like
lot.
a lot.
I do get you. I relate a lot. I don't do this just for sex education
In all
though.
due respect, though.
Like say for Friends example, just a scene where it's just so cringe. I just chuck on mute, and
I just don't watch. I just like.
I do. I just chuck on mute and just like just go on my phone and then see, oh, it's over. Good. Like I won't mention the scene because
Are you talking about
I'll be out of pocket.
test? The test, like the exam scene.
Okay,
Okay, we kind of.
I'll speak in a polite way. Like the exam scene, I get the message they're trying to get across. It's 100% a relevant message.
Oh,
Irrelevant, and yeah, it's just it just felt kind of forced.
is it though?
Just
I mean, there's a lot of support
I know
these days, but like,
no, not the message. 100%, I agree. Should be pushed, but just like the scene itself felt so abrupt and like.
forced.
Just
It
like
really cringe. It was-
like that's not how real life works.
I'm going to put it blatantly. It was super cringe.
Yeah.
Like they could have done it in a completely different way. It's like, cool. Yeah. Oh, we're in the middle of an exam. Someone's going to set off a fire alarm so we can all speak our truths and
Yeah.
push this message through all these different kind of mediums or people.
Yeah, I'd say in general, just me personally, I'm not a big fan of like just a scene where everyone's like standing up against the issue
And like clapping for each other and like,
I don't care about that.
so
yeah.
like at the end of the day, what are you trying to make, a TV show or a message? What are you trying to put out there? Are you trying to put entertainment Or are you trying to send a message to
Well,
people?
I think you can
I
still.
mean, it's both. You can do both.
you can still. I just think you can do it both. Like the idea of.
It didn't have anything
Of-
to do with the story, though. Like,
Well,
as
it kind of
much.
did because he
It
can't get up the elevator. I think it should be done. Like, that message should be
I thought
pushed.
that was probably the best one, to be honest.
What?
That was the message I resonated with most.
What you the elevator?
Yeah.
Can you not go up the stairs?
Yeah. I think that was fine. Oh, it's so
How
hard.
do you,
'cause
wait, what?
I thought that was the most like relevant one.
Yeah, freaking elevators. Honestly. Yeah, like I do enjoy a good. I think a message should push a TV show should push a message,
Especially to a younger audience.
especially to a younger audience, and the idea of all that stuff and how, yeah, we should be better at that. But I just want it to be done smoothly in a way that doesn't feel completely abrupt, which I thought kind of did.
It was.
Um,
Don't beat around the bush. It was abrupt and cringe.
It just happens a lot in not this show, but just in a lot of movies and stuff. Just a scene where we have a message to push across, we're just going to shove it in your face and just have an entire scene dedicated to that.
Yeah.
It just happens all the time, and yeah, it's whatever. But yeah,
It doesn't really affect me. It's
I
just
had
like
the-
I want to watch a TV show,
Yeah.
not a political message.
so that's another thing. Just watching a TV show. So, Sex Education is usually a funny show, right? I just thought season
the
4
comedy on it
had
was-
no freaking comedy at all.
Yeah.
Like
Or
it had
just the comedy fell off.
the occasional joke every now and then,
Mm.
but like I thought department comedy wise, it was lacking big time.
Yeah, comparatively to the other seasons.
Like say for example, my mum, she loves Sex Education for like the comedy,
Mm.
and like cause everyone's gone through like a midlife crisis. I get it's meant to be relatable, but it's not entertaining to watch half the time.
But like, how many times did you relate to it?
I guess you could say
None.
probably was some scenes.
What did you relate to? I'll put you on the spot here because I want to try like make a point. Well,
I don't know.
just name one thing and then that you related to.
The idea of like insecurity, I guess, with like
Yeah.
Otis. Yep. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a very on the spot question. Because imagine if I just said like something to do with the sex.
I can't get it up. That's basically
You can't.
that's basically what you said because that was Otis's like huge problem.
No, not insecure about that. Just, just like being insecure about anything in general.
That's his character.
Yeah, but not about my dick. Just like, just the idea of being insecure about something. That's what I meant.
I don't know how much I related to it. I don't think I did. I was just kind of.
So you've never felt insecure before?
Of course, I've felt insecure,
there you
but it's
go.
not like it deeply resonated with me. Like, it's not like I struggle in that sort of way.
Yeah, but like,
Like, I guess everyone's got insecurities, but like these insecurities, like, I don't think they affect how I go about life in general. Like, whereas it affects him and his life. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's what makes a TV show or just any sort of entertainment because you want to see that struggle.
mm,
I mean, no one really gives a fuck. Like, no one's filming me apart from now. Like, I'm not going to sit here and talk about my insecurities. And, you know, it's like I didn't really connect with it as much. Just because I was just taken out of it because of that sort of cringe element
yeah,
and lack of certain things within the show.
yeah, I do see that.
I mean, I probably felt more connected to it in season 1 to 3 because
100%.
although there was those comedic elements, there's still an actual story that you can follow and sort of.
Well, season 1 to 3, like the goal is for Otis to get with Maeve.
Yeah.
That's the reason
and
why
that's,
you watch
that's
it.
the struggle.
Yeah.
But his struggle is just like in season 4 is like what? Not being able to be the lead sex therapist at a school and maybe his
Yeah.
relationship with his mother and Maeve. But like it was kind of dead. It wasn't, I don't know.
The Maeve Otis relationship, just by
It
now,
pisses me off, man.
like season 1 to 3, I was like, yeah, bro, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I love Maeve. I still love Maeve. But Otis and Maeve's relationship, it's just all over the place. And just
Yeah.
like, bro, come on,
Do
just
you know what I hate as well?
what?
How those texts, you know, when they're like on their phone and the text message sort of pops up.
Yeah.
I hate, I get it's a part of the show, but I hate it. How they go to send a message Otis or Maeve or anyone, and they delete it. They just delete the message.
What do you mean?
Like they type out this whole message, like, "Oh, I'm sorry I did this, blah blah blah. You want to talk or go out for coffee?" I don't know, something like that. And then
People
they just
do that.
No, but they do it all the time, and it's so annoying.
That's a normal teenage
Maybe
thing
you
to
could
do.
have let the story flow a little bit, but like,
Well, it's meant to get like character across. Like,
yeah, I think the character development for some characters was way better in this
100%.
season. That's a positive I'll give it. Like
There
Adam
was some-
Groff, for example, and his father.
Yeah.
Their relationship was done pretty well.
there was some good. There's still like, I know it feels like we're trashing the shit out of this, but
Yeah.
like, there's still some like overall. I still had a good time watching it, even though it's my least favorite season.
It wasn't boring or anything.
Yeah, I was entertained, and like there's still heaps of really good plots. Like you said, so the principal and his son.
Yeah. And Eric as well, and his whole Catholic sort of journey in terms of getting baptized, and
Yeah, that was really good.
that was a sad
That was compelling.
scene, though.
Yeah,
But it kind of lifted itself in the end there.
that's why like. So we're talking about standing up scenes and like.
Speaking your truth.
Well, yeah, and like so we talked about the exam scene, like the scene where he goes to church and he says,
That felt good.
Yeah,
that was
it
good
felt
because
real.
it wasn't forced.
"Yeah," and
That
like,
was a part of the story. Like for 5 episodes, they were talking about him getting baptized
Yeah.
into this whole Catholic church, like a super Catholic church. And he goes ahead and, says that he's gay and whatever.
yeah,
And they reject him.
yeah,
That was a part of the story because it was brought up so many times.
but then they do, which I felt did feel realistic. They do come along with it eventually, and they see him at the disco
So
afterwards.
maybe we can, sort
Sort
something
something
out. Or maybe we can
no.
go here and there.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe we could
and also
come dance with me.
yeah, that was a good Eric impersonation. Yeah, like I like that scene because like I was like, please, like if everyone stands up, I feel like, okay, cool. But I like that just how Mum stands up and says, I support you.
Yeah.
And then no one else follows her. I was like,
sad.
yeah, but
What do you think about that little Jesus or God?
the like whole epiphany
that
thing.
woman that took his phone and ran away in the red tracksuit.
Yeah, the epiphany plotline.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know.
There's a little bit.
I was like the whole dream sequence. I was just like,
Oh, where he's like dancing and puts the...
yeah, I didn't really care
Yeah.
too much, to be honest.
I don't know
with
about that one.
Yeah.
Like, it sort of worked because there were signs that he was getting given. Like the
Yeah.
Bible on the ground, he got shat on by a bird. He kept saying that fish.
Yep. He got the bread.
Yeah. But it was
Yeah.
definitely... That storyline was definitely better than sort of
Yeah,
the other
Eric's
ones.
story was good. I feel like his character changed, and like obviously it's a cool dilemma, compelling dilemma to have.
Another thing I also want to bring
What?
up. I know a lot of people are going to be on my side for this. Ruby and Otis.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So Ruby and Otis. So Otis not getting with Ruby is one of the biggest fumbling the bag moments in NBA, not NBA,
In NBA history.
in TV history. Ruby. So Maeve is. Don't get me wrong. Maeve is cool.
Maybe it's great.
Honestly, like me
Maeve.
personally, I'm taking Maeve. Like, I think she's really. They're both so cool. But in terms of compatibility with Otis, Ruby is way more of a match. 100%.
You reckon?
Way more.
I wasn't thinking a match. I was just like, she's hot. So it's like...
Yeah, she's hot. They're both hot. But yeah,
I thought something would happen when he fell asleep at her house.
yeah,
And they were filming his sort of speech
yeah,
so people could vote for him.
yeah. Like, just Ruby. Don't get me wrong. Maeve is really. She's really pretty. She's really funny. And
I think Maeve's a bit better for Otis in terms of like
What?
support.
no, but then like, I just think Ruby's such a really good character because like the idea that she's meant to be the popular super
Yeah.
girl that like everyone loves and like and is jealous by, but then like, and she's also meant to be like super mean.
Yeah.
But then like when he does like come to her house and like meets her like properly.
But in season 3, did they not have sex a lot? I just want to point out a plot hole
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
So they had sex heaps of times.
Yeah, they were together.
Yeah, they were together.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then in season 4,
What?
well, season 3, there was no mention of Otis getting those flashbacks of his mom or like
Yeah.
getting it up or struggling in bed. But then we get that in season 4.
Yeah, I think it was like it
Don't
happened
you-
in like season 1 or something. I think that honestly pissed me off. Like when Maeve and Otis try to have sex like again, and
In
then
the pool?
no, not in the pool because like
No, the abandoned school.
yeah, that one didn't. Yeah, but then when they try to have sex in bed like
Yeah.
afterwards, and then he has the flashbacks to his mum, I was just like,
So
fuck
how
off.
do you even think it? Like,
No, I get like the idea of a dude can't have sex,
but he
'cause
didn't have those flashbacks when he was banging Ruby. It was a bit, I'm just saying, it's a
I
plot
know,
hole.
I know.
Is it not?
Yeah, it was. Someone can have sex and then not think about something, then again do it, and then it's ruined by an idea of the past. But
You never know. It might be the person.
yeah, that just pissed me off. I was just like, can we stop beating around the bush and just get Maeve to
Just
get with seriously? But yeah, I just think Ruby is more of a fit for Otis, and Otis fumbled the bag big time because he's also pushing out of his league so much with both Maeve and Ruby.
I did like how as well, like, not every single sort of side character from Moordale moved to the new school as well. It was just the main ones,
Yeah.
which is fair. Like,
Yeah.
obviously that's going to happen. But that gave them time to focus a little bit more on each character.
But then we got new characters though.
Yeah.
So
But
honestly, I wouldn't say that, to be honest. I think we did the show got like distracted from the main characters of like we get a lot of screen time with Maeve, Otis, and Eric, but I feel like we didn't
even
need
Jackson as well got a lot of
Jackson.
screen time.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't need some side plots that just didn't contribute anything. Like say for example the mum of Otis and her entire radio show and midlife crisis plot. I didn't care about that, to be honest.
What about her and her sister?
I didn't care about that either. I know that's probably more of the adult audience, so they can have something to watch.
Yeah.
Like not adult, like 40-year-old people. Sorry, that was really mean. Something to relate to, but it's a sex education show. It's about teenagers, and like I thought Jean is a funny character, and that's what she is in like the first 3 seasons. She's just like there to humble Otis, and Otis is like just their entire
I
relationship.
mean, they're both flawed. They're both
They are
flawed
both
human
flawed.
beings, and obviously sometimes their relationship didn't really work in terms of his mum trying to weave her way in his life a couple times, but she didn't do it as much as she did in like the first 3 seasons.
Yeah,
She just did like one thing and told Maeve to go back to uni,
yeah,
and that fucked him a little bit.
yeah.
He got mad at her, and that was probably about it. Or even the radio show when O was co-hosting as well.
Yeah.
Like, Mom, why'd you do that?
Yeah, I just think like she just works way better as the funny therapist that like knows what she's doing instead of the midlife crisis mum. I just thought this wasn't as funny.
The show was a little bit predictable as well.
Yeah.
Way bit predictable.
Well, Maeve didn't end up with Otis, did they? They ended up she goes back to
Splitting up.
America.
Yeah. But like even just talking about Jane,
Yeah.
Otis's mom, and like who was the father of the child as well, that was a little bit predictable.
Yeah.
We don't really care about that,
Yeah.
do we?
We
So,
don't. We don't care about pointless flaws.
Yeah.
Another subplot I want to talk about. So you did mention Jackson. I thought that was a pretty interesting, the entire idea of finding out who his dad is.
Also, cancer scare.
Yeah, man, the cancer, the
Testicular cancer.
testicle. What?
You got to, if you're gonna say it, you got to say it right.
Testicular cancer.
prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer.
But he had a lump in his nut.
He did.
But it turned out to be nothing.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
Was that a waste of time though?
Well, then
but-
it led to him finding out who his dad was.
That's true. Like hereditary sort of
yeah.
diseases
Actually,
in the family
I don't know if it did go anywhere because like the end result
was shit.
was shit.
He found his dad, but
Yeah, but
he
then
was the product of an affair.
yeah. So yeah, so it wasn't too much of a resolve. I
That's
guess.
still kind of open ended as well with his relationship with his parents after that, because he was pissed off after they
Yeah.
told him about it.
That's
that
true.
she had an affair and whatever. But that like some of these stories that are left open ended lead into a season 5. So
It's not going to happen.
you don't reckon?
No, this is the final season, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, do you
I
not know
didn't-
that?
I did not know that.
What? How do you not know
I
that?
did not know that.
That's why I was like,
That was the worst ending though.
yeah, that's why everyone's hating on it, because like it's the final season of the show, and everyone expected like a really good ending with all the characters.
Yeah, that was a poo ending. What,
Yeah.
end off with a little bit of an art auction and Otis looking out a window.
Yeah,
She was
Yeah.
balls. Straight up.
yeah, I wasn't feeling it emotion wise, which I wanted to, because I was so hyped for the season.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but Netflix do have a good run of just fumbling really good TV shows. So yeah,
It's unfortunate, but it's whatever. Do you want me to read some of these 1-star reviews?
sure, go for it.
Okay. Hold on. I don't even know where to begin. This is the start of it.
Mm-hmm.
Season 4 was a waste of time. I don't even know where to begin. Obviously, the writers wanted to cover every single part of the LGBT. This is not my words. I'm just, by the way.
Okay.
Wanted to cover every single part of the LGBTQ community and incorporate it into the so-called story, no matter what. The side characters were so shallow they seemed like a parody and didn't contribute anything to the story. A lot of storylines just had no point at all, and they were probably written just to fill in some time. The college most of the season took place in didn't feel like a school at all. It doesn't seem like there is any teaching going on, and students just seem to hang out there all day, which is ridiculous. I also wondered what happened to some characters of the first 3 seasons, like Ola, Lily, or Raheem. Also, the ending doesn't really make sense.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I do agree with what he said. And I also definitely agree with the idea that the school didn't feel like a school.
Yeah, that was
Right.
not one exam, one class, one exam.
And the idea of no teachers, like in general,
That's
like it's student run,
insane.
like that would never work.
No,
That would be fucking bonkers. Everyone would be fucking
it was
up.
bonkers anyway.
Yeah,
And I hated this, all this, just like, we spoke about it before, not letting people feel emotions.
yeah,
They were just, I forgot her name, the couple, the new couple that was introduced.
Oh, the transgender couple. Yeah.
What was the,
I don't remember the names. The Irish Scottish accent person.
not that one.
the other one.
The
Yeah.
other one. I forgot her name. But their name,
There. Yeah.
is
There.
it?
There.
Yeah.
I think.
I forgot their name, but their character was just like too positive all the time.
Yeah, but that's like.
And then they addressed it as well, though.
Yeah.
They did address it. But just throughout the whole thing is everyone just being too positive about it. It just really annoyed me
Yeah.
because it just led for just bullshit.
Yeah.
It was nothing. Like, oh, let's stay positive. We're like trying to look for Cal. Like shut up. Like,
Agreed,
even the
dude.
gossip jar, like you can't talk shit about people. As you got to give a coin in the
Yeah.
gossip jar. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Obviously, gossip makes good TV as well.
Yeah.
And like, there was heaps of gossip going on, but you can't say it around. Oh, you can't do it in the school.
They do address that at the end. They're like, oh, but we actually like being mean. It feels good to say it. But
Yeah.
then they're still really positive. So contradicts itself.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing.
Well,
Just about a character.
which one?
No, I just had it.
Cal,
No, not Carol.
the Amy,
Oh, Isaac.
Isaac.
I think he was more likable this season as well.
Well, he was likable last season.
Was he though?
He had a redemption arc where like
Mm.
he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I messed up for deleting the voicemail.
Yeah. But
Um,
him in this season was a little bit better.
Yeah, he was like,
He was still the same character, didn't really develop that much, but to see him sort of have a new... I mean, yeah. No, you know what? He did change.
What did you think
because-
of the Amy and Isaac relationship? Did you care?
Not really.
You didn't care? I thought it was cute.
It's cute.
I thought it was a cute side relationship. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
I thought Amy overcoming her stuff and then like being obsessed with photography was cool. I was
Her
like,
photos are pretty cool.
yeah,
Not
I was
gonna
like, this is nice. This is a cute little side plot.
She
Yeah,
has a necessity of crying a lot as well,
yeah, she just
like
cried a lot.
tearing up a bit.
Yeah, she's a good side character, good comic
Yeah.
relief.
She was probably one of the only comic relief
She's like
characters,
the only one that wasn't taking it really seriously. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah,
but still was trying to help at the same time.
still trying to help and still, but like wasn't fake positive and was like realistic.
Yeah. Do you want me to read another one quickly?
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
I think the writer went on a different road. First 3 seasons were remarkable. Now in season 4, they unnecessarily touched the topics which were not needed. Maeve's acting was very average, and I thought the plot was circulating around Maeve, only the writer completely ignored the Ruby's character, which was very strong. I'm reading it how they wrote this as well, so some of the grammar's a bit shit. Was very strong character, and she did not get justice for that, and not even apology properly. Otis and Ruby could have best pair than Maeve's average acting. There's no full stops in this. Also, the Dan Levy's character did not impact that much and couldn't continue with the plot. To summarize in one word, the season 4, I can say, is diverted from original thinking. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Oh, what about the sort of abuse with what's her name? Jackson's best mate.
Cal.
No, the other one.
Oh yeah. Viv.
Viv.
That was interesting.
That was very interesting.
It
It was a little bit rushed, but
It was rushed, but I think that's the idea of it. That
keep talking.
the idea, the idea that a dude like gets overly serious and like just sinks
Yeah,
you
like-
straight away.
A week into the relationship as well, and he's like grabbed her wrist and like
honestly, like I know it's meant to be rushed, but it felt realistic. Like I'd know dudes
yeah.
who exactly like that.
no, yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah,
I hated him.
yeah.
Bottom, like-
People are like that. It's weird as hell.
Yeah,
Some people, man, I don't get like
crazy.
Yeah,
That was one of the more realistic things.
Yeah.
which I think, if not the most.
yeah,
But yeah, that was crazy. It was very confronting as well. Like nothing really serious happened, but the only thing, like, he grabbed her wrist and hurt her wrist.
yeah,
Nothing like major sort of happened.
It was
Where he,
just-
like actually hit her or anything.
yeah,
But that was very confronting, I think.
yeah. That dude was scary.
I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like when he's like going through a phone, like in
Oh, yeah.
So what the fuck are you- yeah.
At
What are you
Maeve's
doing,
mum's funeral.
yeah,
Even like just before they went into exam, Viv was talking to some dude about like a question.
the capital or something. Yeah,
Yeah. And he comes up and is like, who's that guy you're talking to?
yeah,
It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? Like, but it's crazy. Some people are like
I
that.
know it's so
Which
weird.
is so fucked up. Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, crazy.
some
I
like
can't speak too much on it because I've never really experienced or done that. But like,
I hope not.
fucking hope not. Yeah, but that's crazy.
Yeah,
I think it was done well.
yeah. Some dudes are just weirdly obsessive like that. It just gets out of hand.
Well, vice versa. Like, it can
Yeah,
be
same
both.
thing, girls. Yeah, yeah.
Very confronting.
Another side plot is the whole equestrian thing with Adam with
Yeah.
the horse girl. I was like, oh, that's so nice.
I knew that was going to happen as well. I knew it because at the very last episode, she said, "Want to go on a date?"
Yeah, as soon as the mum
Fucking
said
knew
that,
it.
as soon as the mum said she's cute, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
obviously
they're
gonna get together.
They're gonna. Nothing happened, but like
Yeah,
it just got mentioned that she asked him on a date.
yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
should I read one more?
is there any more interesting side plots? So what do you think about Cal and the journey of the? I
I
guess
feel like it was underutilized a little bit.
really.
Yeah, I don't think it was needed
Oh,
in terms of like.
that's not
Actually-
That's not underutilized means.
No, yeah,
Means the opposite.
I know. I'm just trying to think because they were looking for them in like the last episode, and they were just sitting on some rocks on a cliff
Yeah,
because they were confused
yeah.
or pressured maybe.
It's the the idea that she can't like afford
They.
the top. Yeah, that they can't afford the top surgery.
Yeah.
Which probably I don't know anything. I'm not too.
Well, it was mentioned that it was like what, 10 grand?
Yeah, 10 grand to go private. I'm not too informed about it, but I'm guessing that's probably not an easy process
Oh, of course it would.
in terms of like people. Yeah,
Mm.
like financiability and stuff. I thought,
I don't
yeah.
know. Like,
if like, what do you reckon? Like, if Cal, like, if they like went the serious dark route and like, I thought they didn't even.
if they killed themselves.
Yeah, themselves. Yeah, I like. If they could have gone way more into that suicide thing, I think they didn't even talk about suicide. They just talk about how.
Is that what they wanted to do though?
Yeah, I think it was standing next to a cliff, obviously, and throwing away all their valuables. They don't even talk about the idea of suicide. They just say, "No matter what, we're here for you." That's like the entire thing they say, like repetitively, and it's just
That positive sort of.
yeah. Like I get the vibes are there. Like you're meant to be positive.
I mean, that's what they were going for.
Yeah,
They achieved that.
yeah.
That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, not sure.
Speaking of the disappointing conclusion, though, we'll conclude this with a conclusion.
Yeah.
Okay. Overall,
Yep.
the show had promise, but the writing and character relationship building was awful. That's what this person is saying. This is especially true with Otis and Ruby. In reality, these two would have ended up together. The more Ruby opened up who she was, added a lot of depth to her character, and the connection was very real between the two.
Yep.
I completely agree with that. She opened up way more.
Mm-hmm.
And it did focus on her and O's backstory a lot, where she was the bedwetter. And that gave her an objective to sort of hate on O and sort of villainizing her.
Yeah.
And also having her as Otis's sort of arch nemesis as well worked. Anyways, her unrelenting love and consistent support of Otis would have won over any man,
Yeah.
especially when she was kind of repping for him to be this sex therapist. But it wasn't for him in a way. It was just to get back at O. But in the
Yeah.
end, it kind of was. But then she moved to Connor. That was so dumb as well.
That was weird.
That was so
Just
dumb.
felt so rushed.
Yeah. And when he won, he's like, oh, I don't want to do it. And then Otis like, oh, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that was funny though.
Yeah.
The principal was a fucking waste of
He's like,
time.
"Oh, let's dance.
That is true that any dude, if a girl like Ruby likes you and wants to get with you,
Yeah.
you're not probably saying no. Unless you have Maeve, I guess. But I still think Ruby is the right choice.
Anyway, this was truly the fatal flaw of the writing of the show. Season 4 also had a lot of side stories that did not add any depth. Many shows today have terrible writing, especially when it comes to making a satisfying conclusion that is cohesive. This show is no different.
I do agree with that. A lot of TV shows fumble the bag at the end. Game of Thrones, especially, that's the major one I think of.
Oh, well, I can't add on that because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, but you still get the occasional good one, like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul.
Yeah, but they're the shows that...
Succession, that came out recently. That was really good.
There's a difference between those shows and Sex Education. Like, come on.
Okay. Yeah,
Come
I
on
guess.
now.
13 Reasons Why I Fumbled the Bag, big time. That's
I reckon they should have stuck with the season 1.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
No need. Like, it was great.
Season 1's great. The rest is terrible. Stranger Things ending hasn't come out yet. They could fumble the bag with that.
Could do.
You never know. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to wrap up a TV show. Like,
Especially
a lot of people hate the How I Met Your Mother one. Because like it's the end of these characters and you just like, it's hard to find like a line where it's just like every character's doing well, but you feel
Yeah.
like this is a good point for the character.
But also, I mean, I don't mind if the characters are doing well or not, just as long as there's sort of a conclusion.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Like, I would prefer to know what they're doing, if it's good or bad, but at least I know where they ended up.
Yeah, it felt good.
And this was a very open-ended sort of thing.
Yeah,
And I was saying it was good for an open-ended sort of, for some characters, because I thought there was another season.
no, it's not.
But there's not. I've kind of changed my opinion on that now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, come on.
Yeah, I guess
I definitely
wanted.
wanted to know the situation between the Groff family.
Well, I think it's just they got back together now.
It's sort of, you can sort of make your own conclusion about it. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what they were trying to do.
Mm.
Make it obvious so people could do that, and they could have like maybe saved time on the conclusions
Yeah.
with every character. But some people can't do that, and some people need that sort of satisfaction of seeing that sort of ending.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we got any other remarks you want to add on this? What would you give it out of 10 overall this season?
It's a tough one to grade because it's a weird one.
I'd
I'll
give it a
probably
6. I'd go 6.
7 out of 10 only because I was entertained and
I was entertained, don't get me wrong, but it was just like not the best one.
and it's better than like a Game of Thrones season 8, which is like pure atrocious. Like I enjoy the characters still. But yeah, I was hoping for better. And yeah, can Netflix just please stop ruining good shows? Yeah.
Yeah. It is what
yeah.
it is at the end of the day. I mean, can't fix it now.
At least like we got to enjoy the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
They were really good.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in CBC, like when we were talking about it in media, like I was just peaking.
Oh yeah,
I was,
I was peaking.
I was peaking in terms of TV show quality. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was edging when we were talking about it.
Yeah, I was at the same time I was watching Breaking Bad as well. I remember when like season 1, season 2 came out.
Yeah,
I was just like living life.
shit's good right now.
And,
I got a girlfriend. I'm playing Fortnite. I got pizza rolls. Shit is good, man.
Yeah, and I remember thinking like I'm so hyped for next year when the next Sex Education season comes out.
Yeah.
And like I was happy then, so I'll take it.
Are you happy now?
Yep. Well, no more Sex Education, I guess. But yeah, there's still some good more shows coming up. You got The Boys, Invincible.
I still am yet to watch Gen V.
Oh yeah, Gen V is
and
out.
The Boys, yeah. New season 4, 5, 4.
4.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it comes out next year though. Stranger Things, etc. There's still a lot of great shows.
And movies.
Yep, movies.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. I sound like a broken record, but just like everyone needs to just do better in terms of writing and storytelling a little bit, especially with the sequels and whatnot,
Yeah.
and new seasons.
Well, speaking of new sequels and new movies, we got the Marvels coming out. The really
The
hard.
trailer actually looked pretty decent,
Really?
but I'm giving it a little bit more credit than it probably deserves. But it's just gonna let us down because I feel like all the Marvel sort of trailers are really good.
I mean, like you never know. Like we could like our
be banging.
expectations.
It could be banging.
Our
They're low.
expectations are so low.
Yeah.
They're like we're like, oh fuck, it's actually pretty solid.
Yeah. I'd rather go in with low expectations to have them be raised instead of just like, because if it's shit, I'll just be like, I knew it was gonna be shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You never know. It could be a Samuel Jackson and Brie Larson could like actually have a soul
Yeah,
in
he
this
was in
movie.
Captain Marvel as well, and that was poo as well.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Max loves that movie though.
Yeah, I know. And I don't mind Miss Marvel. She's solid, I guess. Interesting character. You haven't even seen Miss Marvel, have you?
Yeah, but I was hating on it for no reason.
You're hating on it if you haven't even seen it.
I just saw a bunch of shit on it. And
It's okay. It's nothing great. We got Loki season 2 coming out.
yeah.
That'll be interesting. They're still sticking with Jonathan Majors, so which is a interesting choice. See how that goes.
What was the verdict on that? Was he not guilty?
No, more people came out afterwards. I
Oh,
think.
they did too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. To be
Yeah.
honest. But
Yeah.
what are we going to be talking about next week?
I'm
What's
not
coming
sure.
out?
What's interesting? I don't know. Could do like a trivia, something like
When in doubt, tier list or trivia. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up there. This has been episode 47.
47.
Almost to 50. Please, if you haven't already, please subscribe.
Yeah.
Please. It really helps. But if you don't like YouTube, you like to hear our voices instead, we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify,
All that good stuff.
all that good stuff. Finger like button, whatever you need to do, just do it. It really, really helps us out.
Yeah. Please do.
Any remarks on that?
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, fucking know. What he said.
It's factual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the statistics. I think it's 50-50 now, the people who watch and not subscribed and are subscribed.
Oh, that's good, I guess.
But
Make sure to check out the shorts. The
yeah,
recent
check out the
ones.
shorts. Toby's grinding it. Not really
No
grinding. Not grinding.
Somewhere in
but
between.
Yeah. He's a
Nah, can't be
middleman.
bothered.
He's a middleman for the
They take fucking forever.
middleman for the shorts, but he's done well. But yeah.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the punishment trivia as well. That was quite the
That was
interesting one.
disappointing. Not a lot of views. Thought that
It's
would,
fun to
thought
make,
that
though.
would, it was very fun to make.
Yeah.
And we've been told we should do that again.
Really? Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's good to hear.
Yeah,
And
sick.
if you've got any spare time, just watch a good movie. Watch a good TV
Yeah.
show.
I mean, if you want any recommendations, just DM us on the Dead Film Society podcast Instagram,
Yeah.
and we'll give you a list.
Yeah. Just make sure if you've got spare time, like uni's not too busy, you haven't got an assignment due for 2 weeks, and you're just like, I might
Sit down.
just chill out and watch a really good movie.
Or go for a run.
Or yeah, do some fitness and then watch a movie after.
Yeah, reward
go.
yourself with a movie because movies are good.
They're good. They distract you from the stresses of life and they immerse you within an experience. Yeah.
Well said, Toby.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well said.
I've said that a million times in essays, so it's just
Yeah,
stuck in my
that's
head.
so true. All right, well, thank you, and see you when you're looking at us.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.